They're politicking.
I thought that season was over.
It's over for me. Back to work. Welcome to the first meeting of the year in 2010. I'd like to invite Tom Price to come forward and lead us in the pledge, if we'd all stand.
Thank you, Mayor. Join me, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This time I'd like to call upon our City Administrator, Kay Love, for a couple of presentations.
Sorry you called me before I was ready. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of the city and staff, we want to make a couple of presentations, and they're brick, so don't get the wrong idea before I explain what it is. But is David Tollison in the audience somewhere, former council? Hi, sir. Could you come up to the podium and join me? And also Councilmember Henry, could you come down and join me? And these are commemorative bricks that we place outside by the War Memorial. So as an acknowledgement, certainly as a small token of our appreciation for your service to the city of Roswell, we had bricks made for each of you, and this is David Tollison. It says David Tollison, City Council, 2000 to 2009. So I won't make you hold on to this, but if you will tell us where you'd like it placed, then Joe Glover and his staff will have it placed where you would like it, so you and your family and everybody else can come up.
Well,
thank you very much. Congratulations for everything you've done for us.
Is on? Now we're on. I was getting ready to come tonight and thinking, I've got to put on a suit and go out in the cold. So, Lori, you'll find very quickly that getting your time back is not such a bad thing. And I know how much time that you've given and that all of you have given and are just starting to give to this. And I appreciate all that you do, all that you've done and will do for the city. We are fortunate to have a good, strong government, a good council. It's been one of the great honors of my lifetime to serve the citizens of Roswell. I know in our society it's become kind of in to bash civil servants and politicians, but I can tell you that everyone here, regardless of any political differences, wants the best for the city of Roswell, and that our staff Any organization can always be improved, public or private, but you have got some of the best staff members of any government anywhere in this country working for you. They work hard. They want the best for the city of Roswell. They are really more than employees as much as public servants. And that's from the front line all the way up to our very capable leadership. And it's just been a great honor to serve. Thank you for the opportunity. And Mayor, Council, if you need me, you know where to find me. But otherwise, I'll be home on Monday nights.
Councilmember Henry, this is Lori Henry, City Council, 2002 to 2009. So if
Thank
you will
you.
let us know where you would like this
Thank
place,
you.
we'll make sure.
And the ground's good.
In the ground anywhere? Okay. And I'll give you this mic so you can...
I will keep this very brief, as I have already, I already know the feeling of having personal time. It's wonderful. I would just like to thank everyone. It has been my honor, my privilege, and truly my pleasure to represent the citizens of Roswell, to work with all my fellow council members and work on behalf of the citizens of Roswell. I have never had any doubt that all of the citizens of Roswell, engaged, intelligent, articulate people that are engaged, and there's just no doubt of the unwavering commitment to the city, and that's what makes the city so great. So I would like to thank you all. It's been my honor.
This is yours.
Oh, yeah, these come out.
Yeah.
They're real good. You're trusting us with weapons.
All right.
This time I'd like to recognize council for any parting words. Any council members like to say anything? Councilmember DiPolito.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think it's absolutely true that both of these council members have put in a tremendous amount of time and effort, and it's greatly appreciated. The very long hours are something that I can attest to, and it's something that doesn't go without notice. And certainly, I've known both Lori and David for a lot of years, even prior to being on council myself, and got to know both of them in various capacities. I really appreciate the level of detail and in-depth study that each of them have done. Lori really brought to focus redevelopment in the city, and just really got people looking at that. And it's a critical issue for us, and something that I'm very passionate about. And I'm glad that she really brought that to the forefront and really made it a major issue, and something that we all need to recognize. And David was a wonderful mentor in talking to people and trying to look at both sides. And as he's always said, he likes to listen to everybody and hear both sides of the issues before he makes a decision. That's something that I have learned from him. Thank you both very much. I respect and admire both of you and appreciate all of your time.
Councilmember Wynn.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm not going to say everything that Rich says, but the feelings are there. David and Lori both have helped me out my very first night. They were always there for me. Open door policy, and I really appreciate everything that they've done for me. And for this council and for this city, I mean, they have really went above and beyond the call. And some big shoes to fill, but I think with this council now, I think we're going to be able to carry on what they have started. All I can say is enjoy your retirement, but when you see the phone ring and you see it's me, please pick up the phone, because I'll probably need to ask you some questions. So again, thank you so much for everything that you've done for our city.
Councilmember Orleans.
I also would like to thank both council members. It's been good working with them over the last 10 years, 12, I forget how many years it's been. It goes by so fast, you forget quickly. But I also want to thank their families, because when you get involved in this, you really need your family behind you, and it takes a lot of time away from your family, from your spouse and from your children. So I want to thank both Lori and David for all the time, and the families allowing them to put that time and effort to help the city of Roswell. So make the city so great is the fact that we have so many people that are willing to step forward and volunteer for all the different items that we try to get involved in. And so to get out and put yourself on the edge and let people judge you by their votes, it's never an easy task. So I want to thank them both for time and effort that they put into the city of Roswell. Thank you, guys.
In other words, Councilmember Eichelhart.
I've spent a lot of time over a lot of years with both these folks, and I've appreciated all that you've helped me with and the things that you guys have worked on. And I'll miss having you guys around, but I'm sure we'll see you from time to time, and we'll look forward to having you involved in the things that we do and to work on the issues that have been important to you. So thank you for all the help you've been to me, and enjoy the time off.
Councilmember Price.
As a new kid on the block, but soon to be a veteran, as Nancy comes forward, I do want to thank both the outgoing council members for their hard work and service over the years, and I haven't got to spend a lot of time with them, but I hope in the future that I'll be able to call on them and count on them. They're in my cell phone already, so David, you don't even have to have a suit on. Just answer the phone, and we can talk about some of those things you wished you had gotten done, just didn't quite get done yet, but we'll still get them done, and I look forward to working with you in the future. And best of luck to you. Thank you.
I have served with David Tollison 10 years and Laurie Henry with 8 years. We have not always agreed, but I have always believed that they had the best interest of Roswell at heart, and always were passionate, hardworking, and concerned about this city. And they did their very best job to represent this city and accomplished a great deal. And for that, I thank them. And so with that, we'll proceed with a recognizing Malone Dotson for prayer. Malone.
I can do that. It's going to be just open eyes, but I want to tell you all that we all appreciate the work you do. We live in the greatest country in the world. That's the prayer. We thank God for the privilege of living in America and living in Fulton County and on the north side of Fulton County. Most of all, we're grateful, God, that you let us live in Roswell, where good things happen. The joy of living in a democratic society, realizing that 3/4 of the world cannot vote in a democratic election. 3/4. And out of those, some have to dip their fingers in ink. Others have to hide after they vote. We have freedoms that we need to enjoy in this great country. We are grateful for all who ran in the elections. All of you were winners because you showed us that the process works. We're grateful in this city for all of the departments, the fire department, the police department, the sanitation, recreation, for the court system. These are gifts to the citizens of Roswell. And I am so thankful that we can be here and work together. Work, plan, pray, and worship. And for that, we give thanks to God. We'll keep working, playing, and planning. We'll have fun. Sometimes we'll laugh, sometimes we'll cry. But we'll do it together. God bless you, and God bless our city, and God bless the United States of America. Amen.
Amen. At this time, I'd like to invite Nancy Diamond to come to the dais. and Maurice Hilliard, our judge, and Nancy's family to come with her.
First things first. Now, Nancy, this is a great day. I want you to just follow along with me on that. I want you to raise your right hand. Where's our Bible? Bring it? All right. All right. Now, I want you to repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I, and state your name,
I do solemnly swear that I, Nancy Diamond,
will support the Constitution of the United States of America
will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the state of Georgia,
and the state of Georgia,
that I will, in all respects,
that I will, in all respects,
observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinances
observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinances
of the City of Roswell,
of the City of Roswell,
and I will well and truly perform the duties
and I will well and truly perform the duties
of the office of member of the City Council,
of the office of member of City Council,
and that I will, to the best of my to the utmost of my skill and ability,
I will, to the utmost of my skill and ability,
endeavor to promote
the
interest and property
of
said city, without fear, favor, or affection.
Without fear, favor, or affection.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You need to sign. I'll make you a copy of this. We escort you up to your seat.
Nancy, any words you'd like to say before you join this council?
I have microphones everywhere, but I don't know that you can hear me. Thank you. Everybody here knows how I love to be up in front of a microphone, so I'll keep it brief. But I'm so grateful for everyone here and those who couldn't be here. If you had told me that January 4th, 2009, that I would have been standing here a year ago, I would never have believed you in a million years. But I'm appreciative to all the people whose time and energy and resources and professionalism has brought me to this point, and I hope to do all I can so that I'm not disappointing you and to do the best that I can for the city. And I'm so honored to work with this incredible staff and this wonderful council, and I really appreciate everyone's support. Thank you.
Oh, do we get Glenn too?
We will have a short meeting followed by a reception in room 220. And with that, we'll begin the regular part of this meeting. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll get it figured out. I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion by Councilmember Diamond. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Orleans. Does anyone in the audience have any questions regarding the consent agenda? All in favor of the motion, raise their hands. Passes unanimously. At this time, I'll call upon Transportation Liaison, Councilmember Becky Wynn.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good job, Councilman Diamond. I love the sound of that. That's great. Before we start real quick, I want to remind everyone, this is a Keep Roswell Beautiful initiative. It's called Bring One for the Chipper. So if you have any live Christmas trees, we would love for you to bring them to the Home Depot, either on Woodstock Road or Holcomb Bridge Road this Saturday at between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. They grind it up, and if you want the mulch, you just let us know, and we'll bring mulch. You'll have the mulch for your house. But so again, recycle your Christmas trees if all possible. So I appreciate that. Okay, Mr. Asenbrack. Ready? This is approval to initiate the right-of-way acquisition process for Parcel 3 for the Oak Street Streetscape Project, Phase 1, in the amount not to exceed $40,680. Mr. Asenbrack.
Thank you, Councilmember Becky Wynn. Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, good evening. This is an exciting night in many ways. Our Oak Street Streetscape Project is now one step closer to completion. These, as you know, we have 5 parcels of right-of-way that we needed to acquire in order to begin this process, and this is our 5th and final parcel. We've successfully negotiated an agreement with the property owner, and bring this tonight respectfully requesting your approval of this. At the end of this process, we will finalize the plans, and we will begin the procurement process for the construction of the streetscape. I'm available to answer any questions.
What portion of Oak Street are we doing?
This is for the first phase, Mayor. This goes from State Route 9 eastward to Bush Street.
And for the audience, would you describe the work that the city plans to do in that area?
The scope of work includes burying of all the overhead utility lines, which is including Georgia Power, AT&T, and Charter Communications. That will begin first. We will then begin our procurement process for a construction contractor. When the construction contractor comes on board, what we're doing is doing a streetscape much like Canton Street, which will have changing the character of the road, adding some brick paver sidewalks on both sides, improving the pedestrian access, and providing landscaping, which is an initiative which we are looking to redevelop the entire corridor, which will eventually go down to the end of the road.
What is the budget for this first phase?
The budget for the first phase is CDBG funds on the order of $1.8 million for the project.
And when do we hope to have this completed?
I believe, Mayor, we're doing a coordination with Georgia Power, the utilities. I don't have a schedule for the burying of the utilities, but I'm pretty confident it will be done this calendar year, the entire project.
Does the council have any questions for Mr. Asenbrack? Do we have a motion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, but before I make the motion, I want to say that I really have enjoyed being the transportation liaison. This is my last agenda item. Councilman DePolito is going to be the new transportation liaison. We've got a lot done in the 2 years. I think the mayor actually stated one time in the 10 years he's been on that in these last 2 years is probably as many projects as anybody's ever seen that we've done. And I attribute that not to me, but to the staff, to Steve Asenbrack and the staff that they have. And so I just want to say that I was very blessed to be a part of probably the greatest transportation department that this city has ever seen. So after that, I will make a motion to approve.
Motion for approval by Councilmember Wynn. Do we have a second? Second by Councilmember DePolito. Does anyone in the audience have any questions or comments? Any further discussion by council? All in favor of the motion, raise their hands. Passes unanimously.
Thank you.
This time we'll hear from our city administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This item is approval to reschedule the mayor and council meeting on January the 18th, which is Martin Luther King Jr. holiday for the city, to January the 20th, and approval to reschedule the mayor and council meeting on February 15th, which is President's Day, to February 17th.
Do we have a motion to reschedule? Motion by Councilmember Orleans. Do we have a second? Second by Councilmember Price. All in favor of the motion, raise their hands. Passes unanimously. This time we'll hear from the city attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. The only item on my agenda is the election of the Mayor Pro Tem. Under Section 3.100 of the City Charter, the Council is required to select a Mayor Pro Tem from their members at the first scheduled meeting in January of each year. A council member is not allowed to serve consecutive terms. Therefore, Councilman Eaglehart will not be able to serve. The Mayor Pro Tem assumes the duties and powers of the mayor upon the mayor's disability or absence.
Do we have a nomination?
I'd like to nominate Councilmember Jerry Orleans.
We have a nomination by Councilmember DiPolito. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wynn. Any further nominations? All in favor of the nomination, raise their hands. Passes unanimously. Councilman Orleans is our new Mayor Pro Tem. For the record, Councilmember Orleans, Councilmember Eichelhart, and I are beginning a 4-year term beginning tonight. And with that, the meeting's adjourned. Reception in room 220.